team called the Juicy Factor.
Yum.
Trini and Kathleen.
And Shelly.
So we are going to start off our first podcast, which is on the episode 1, and it's all about mental self-care.
Yes, and let's dive right deep into it. So for the first part, we'll just go into, how do you stay happy? It's such an easy, simple question, but is it really?
No, it's actually a bit tough to execute it.
Yeah.
Especially when we are working a lot more faster right now, living in a lot of clutter because of the tough economic situation.
Absolutely. So Kathleen will first share how she thinks, one can actually stay happy.
Okay, I think one very important way or method to stay happy is to learn or get equipped with a new skill. When you learn something new, besides working, sleep, eat, or even repeat everything like this again, you will get to feel very empowered in your life to do something more, where you will have a new skill to call it your own.
Yeah, I think Kathleen is a very good example of learning a new skill every time. She is someone who, obviously people have work, and then people will always say they don't have time to do certain things, but she makes it a point where, on the weekends, like at least one day, right, you would dedicate.
Do up one recipe.
Yeah, like do a recipe or something just to, because that's what you enjoy doing. So that she makes it a point, it's like a have to do kind of thing. So I feel like that is what you can do as well. Like you allocate a time that's just for yourself. Yeah.
Yep. So it can happen in a way of because there's a lot of changes as you go within your work environment or within your personal life. So the second step is to embrace change. So what will you do to embrace change, Trini?
Embrace change? Me? Oh my god, okay, that kind of caught me off guard. Okay, let me see. Okay.
I mean, from my point of opinion, I think one way to embrace change is where, like for example, I think it's quite common right now where like a spouse is to lose job due to retrenchment. The other spouse is taking up a lot more responsibility in terms of financial terms, where he or she might be the one and only source of income for the whole family. So embracing change within like a couple is where both of them actually have a very good level of mutual understanding to even care and love each other more, where they will actually, where they get together to go through this inevitable kind of change together, especially when they have kids to feed.
Yeah.
That's from what I see and how each of us can actually embrace the change even more.
Yeah, I feel like on a personal level for me,
from a single individual.
Like a single individual, I feel like because it's something that I have to, I had to go through myself. So I would say like initially it might be really difficult because things catch you a little bit off guard, and then you tend to, the idea here is not to make decisions very quickly. It is to have a break, like write things down.
With the flow?
Yeah, write things down, have time to yourself first, and use this time to do whatever you feel like previously you didn't really have time doing, and then you do that now. So you think with a clear mind on what exactly you want to do, what you have achieved so far, and how you intend to use that and whatever you have equipped to move forward. Yeah, so that's how I feel. Like everything can be crazy, but you just have to take it one step at a time. And
so how do you feel when you execute that level of embracing that change? So when you execute those actions, so how do you feel personally?
Okay. Like lately, I've been having to take a lot of time to myself. So if you are in a similar situation, I feel like it's very important to move away from your mobile device.
Okay.
You know.
So to be digitally offline.
Yeah, because you know you're gonna see texts and you're gonna go to social media. You're gonna see how everybody else is doing in their own lives, where they are. One thing you have to realize and understand is I've been so much on social media, and what I've come to realize, you know, it's something that you should not trust wholly. People show you what they want to see, so you can tend to get very.
And social media is not the it's not the entire world to that person also.
Yeah.
Doesn't showcase everything.
Yeah, and you don't want to be, I mean, you're alive. You don't want to live your life on social media. So I went on like this detox where I don't really reply texts quite often. Like I see it, but I reply like at a particular timing because, you know, I really just want time to myself. That's what I did. And I went to the beach by myself too. People are like, how exactly do you do that? But yes, you can do that. You don't really have to do anything. You know, people are like, yes, go to the beach, you can write things down, but you can just simply just lie down there and just look up at the clouds. Yeah,
that's a good way.
Simply do nothing. Like why do we have to do something?
You will do a lot of mental detox from that. From that level of activity.
Yeah. And I guess slowly once you come out of that, you start hanging out with your friends again. Your secondary school friends, people that you've known for like a really, really long time, because they tend to
catch up.
Yeah, and then you like find yourself again because you were like crazy and all with them, and then, you know, now you need something of that to bring that side of you again because you're a little lost in that sense. So visit your close friends, you know, your best friends, just catch up about stuff, do activities together, go for trekking and all. Then slowly you'll find that things start to get a little clearer and never be hard on yourself. Yeah, so that's when I also start to like, okay, I think I want to do this now. You know, do not be too hard on yourself, like ever. You don't have to like make a change tomorrow. You wake up, something has to happen, but the little things you do over time,
pace by pace lah. Yeah. So I mean, from your point of like going out with friends, catching up with old friends, I think it links back to our second topic, part B, which is what can you do to distress. So from my angle, I think staying close with your loved ones, especially your family during tough times like now, is definitely one of the good way to feel. I mean, as long as you are with your family, right, you will actually feel very blessed that, I mean, although the world is getting like very messy, very complicated, you are blessed to have your family around.
And it's a safe space. So that's what I like about that.
So I mean, like even for those foreigners or working adults who are living and working here and their family could be back in another country, I think it will be a good way to stay close with your local friends who might be able to invite you to enjoy home cooked meals by their parents. This is what I do with some of my friends, where we got the foreign friends to visit our parents' place at my friend's mom's cook, to enjoy my friend's mom's cooking.
Wow.
Actually they will feel very homely. They feel very comfortable. I mean, like they feel very blessed that, okay, although their family members are not here, but then there's always someone else to cook for us. Correct.
And touching on that point, you know, just like simply video calling. Yeah, because you're so much at home now. That's like the best way to make use of whatever device you have, and just, you know,
FaceTime.
Yeah, it feels so much better knowing how someone reacts and you know, feels when you speak to them as compared to just calling. Yeah, I think for me, de-stressing is a lot about self-love. Yeah, and caring for yourself, showing love for yourself. Like I was reading one thing the other day, you know, how there's like love languages, right? And you can actually apply this to yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be like buying gifts for other people or spending time with someone. It can simply mean just spending time with you. Yeah, so like when I spoke about just now, you know, like
that means spending time with yourself.
Yeah, okay. like simply de-stress. I don't know, I'm a very like solo person. Like I really love people, but I feel like I like to do a lot of things alone also. Yeah, so for example, if you're someone that, you know, there's like the 5 love languages, you can apply all to yourself, like spending time with yourself. Like for instance, the one going to the beach, right? Or you've always wanted to buy something, just buy that for yourself. Or after a crazy week of thinking, you can just buy yourself a cup of coffee like I did. Because I feel like, I just deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it also links back to, it's applicable to married couples or married individuals where you have to take some me time away from your spouse, from your kids, or even from your work, where you have you gather some me time for yourself. Even 1-2 hours per weekend, just one weekend will be a great time for yourself to distress, to release the tension of the hustling of the life.
Yeah, me time is absolutely necessary.
Like even for like a yoga, or you go for a 1 hour jog, I think it helps a lot. Yeah,
you need that clear mind. You definitely need it. You don't have me time, you're so doomed because you're caught up in other people's things, and you just forget what you want personally, right? Yeah.
You need some space out from the people around you.
Absolutely. And I think like it's both like I like these three aspects where it's like physical, mental, and spiritual. Physical being like exercising, working out, like going for a jog, like what Kathleen said. That is a need. Mental, like reading positive books, or just watching videos, listening to podcasts, whatever that feeds your mind. And the last one, the spiritual aspect, would really be things like praying or
meditation.
Or meditation as well, because you really need that that whole like energy thing. You need to feed your soul. People forget about that all the time. I don't think working out is just enough. Or reading something is
more towards the mental level.
Yeah, it has to be like an equal sort of thing. You have to give something to these three aspects. So I feel like once you know that, and also learn how to always be grateful no matter what situation you're in. You could be having everything at once, or you could just be like unhappy with certain things, but if you're grateful for what you already have, I feel like that's a great way to start to go about these things, and you'll never really have to worry that much.
So from my angle, self-care can also comes in the form of learning how to stay close to people with good vibes.
Yes.
Like, for example, self-care can be in a form of reducing the toxic friends around your life. It helps a lot because the moment you have toxic friends or toxic people around you, you tend to build up on the wrong types of you build up a lot of negative vibes around you, and that will actually by laws of attraction, you actually get into a very moody state, or even like a very bad state, rather than to stay happy. Correct.
Energy is very important. The whole vibes thing. I feel like sometimes you might not be in this right emotional place, and you're already upset, and a friend might come to you and share her problems with you, but I think
sometimes you get stressed out.
It does, but I think like
that.
I read this thing like once, and I thought it was quite a bit like, but I thought it was really necessary. So basically it's like something about like, if you have something to share with someone, if you're sad, you ask the person like, if they have like enough emotional like capacity to take that on. So in a sense,
because you are sharing energy to one another.
So I thought that was really, really cool, because like, as much as everybody, your friends are supposed to be there for you when they like you need them, but we should also be kind and considerate at the same time to know if this person has the emotional capacity to take that on. So I think like we should start doing that as well, like just be nice and
be aware
like you don't have to like share it now, maybe because you're not in the right, you don't have enough capacity to take whatever I have on, but we can just do a simple thing like watch a movie for now, or when you're better tomorrow, then we can talk about it. Just like simply being, I don't know, considerate and kind. I think that would really, really help.
True. Part 3 is where we talk about being aware and being sensitive. So, from my angle, especially during like workplace environment, I think everyone can put a little bit more effort to be a listening ear, and also to be empathetic. To show empathy towards others, the people that surround you.
Correct. Like I attended this workshop by Sinda the other day. It was called like something to do with improv, and we did this activity whereby the group had to plan this like party. But for example, if you have an idea, like let's say you say, let's dress up as bears. For example, I have to expand on the idea starting with the sentence, yes, and then you say something. So when someone starts with a sentence, yes, and, I feel like they feel like their idea is more accepted and that you're listening.
Like inclusive.
Yeah, absolutely. They feel super inclusive. So that was a very nice activity. And then we did like another one that said, yes, but. So everybody's like, yes, but. And then you kind of got nowhere because no one's listening. And then when no one's listening, I think like when you're saying something, when I'm all about the but, right, I'm not really listening to what you're saying, but I just want to faster say what I want to say.
Yeah, just want to get in.
Yeah, which is super bad because it's all about feeling inclusive these days, and people have a lot of great ideas. So if you're going to shoot someone down, honestly, nobody just wants to be a friend anymore.
I think it applies a lot to workplace also, where even leaders or bosses, they should practice a lot more on having a listening ear, because end of the day, having a listening ear will allows you to absorb and to adopt ideas from your subordinates or even from people around you.
Yeah, it's about that respect, I guess. If you want,
ideas can bounce a lot more.
Yeah, it will really work out that way. So listening is very important. Like life's a lot about like, you know, little minute things. It's not about like the big picture. It's about these mini things that you feel they are not important, that are actually like really important, which can really like make everything better. It can make a work environment better. It can make like you achieving your goals better, because like people understand more. It's not just about okay, this and that. It's more like personal, and when you start to understand someone, I guess that's where the magic happens. Yeah,
sometimes it happens that way. So we are concluding on our first podcast, mental self-care. From my angle, I think that it's really important to stay away from having burnout, because I think burnout is getting more and more common, especially when I heard it a lot of times from my friends, from people around me during from a workplace. So building up a good mental health is really, very important.
Absolutely. I mean, like, and keeping, like you said, burnout, especially now when everybody's working from home. So every day is the same. You know, weekends, some people still work because you don't have like a proper scheduling, because you're always at home and you feel like...
And you don't face a lot of people, like physically. You don't get to interact with people.
So you feel like all you want to do is just work. And then when you don't have a schedule and you don't have a time to follow, work seems like a 24/7 thing, and you'll just get exhausted in the end, because every day feels the same. And that's exactly how a burnout happens. And not talking about your feelings. If you don't trust a colleague, fine, just find a friend that you can speak to. You really need the time
to talk it out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I guess my message for you would just be like, you know, the whole like self-love thing is, it's first of all really to just remember to be grateful already for what you have, and understanding, this is something that I really believe in, is that everything is temporary. Whatever you're going through now, like
bad things will go away.
Yeah, eventually it will go away. It's not here to stay. So keeping in mind that, and just to be grateful, I feel like you will, I won't say every day you'll be happy, honestly, like both of us. You
cannot be every day happy.
Yeah,
it will never happen that way.
And it's horrible if you're happy 24/7, because then you won't know what emotions are.
You'll be a freak.
Yeah, like who are you? Like a robot? You know, so it's fine to be upset.
Yeah, there's always ups and downs in life. I mean, like nobody is perfect.
Yeah, just
there'll be time where you feel down, but then it's always important to go up again.
Yeah, so just embrace whatever emotion you're feeling. If you're sad, just freaking be sad. Like if I'm sad, I will still listen to sad songs and be extra sad. But then after that, you know, like
be extra.
Yeah, it's just so dramatic. And then just snap out of it and move on and keep going. Yeah, so that's our message for you, and we really hope that you enjoyed this first video of ours. If you have any requests, of course, or stuff that you want us to talk about,
topics that you want us to cover,
yes, we'll definitely do that for you. Yeah, so feel free to like comment or whatever, what you like, what you don't like. Okay, if you don't like anything, don't tell us, because we don't want to know, like no negativity here. Okay, if you want to DM us, like I think still can. Yeah, any feedback is appreciated. So yeah, we'll see you next time. And
thank you.
Juicy Factor signing out.
The Juicy Factor. Bye.
Okay, you say 3, 2, 1. You start.
3, 2, 1. So, mental self-care. We are reaching out to the, stop it. You don't want the bear, you give me the bear.
Now you want the bear?
Yeah, just test out.
Shall we?
Yes.